Well, I should probably do like a show open, right? Because I didn't record a show open this morning, but I could play the music for it, right?
Okay.
All right, let's do that. Yeah.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome to the podcast broadcasters. We're live, youtube.com/beefvegan. As you know that because you're checking it out, of course, online on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. We got Mari and I hanging out here as we're going to be joined by film critic Herb Stratford here in a little bit. A lot of fun to have on this Friday before we inch towards the weekend. And I'm super excited about getting towards the weekend and having a good time. And I hope you guys have plans as well. But thank you for jumping on the stream early, Lindsay. And, of course, Liz and Lisa Cheese up in the house. All of you. Yeah, I'm excited about today's show. Lots of reactions, movie trailers, Herb Stratford. Good time. We'll even probably have a clip of his thing. I am with the Roadrunners, Dave, and I do not appreciate you immediately trying to get my job and offering to do it for free.
Oh, for free.
I see you, Dave.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. But I see you, Dave. I am in the Roadrunners season ticket holder group. There is speculation that I was not on the team, but that is not the case. I just don't work weeknight games. There was only 2 games in February. Yaz and Crystal split those games. And I had plans the last weekend of March or whatever. What month? January, I guess, for Star Wars night. I couldn't do that. I had to do that punk rock show with my daughter, which, I do not regret. As much as that was the biggest game of the season, I was torn. I was like, oh, this is the game I really need to be on. But my daughter's like, Dad, I need you. And
It was important. Sure.
Priorities. Lifetime core memories over, short monetary gain. So yes, and my daughter and I had a blast that night, so there's no regrets. I am actually booked on 5 more games the remainder of this season, which is coming up here soon. I'm working Saturday and Sunday. So again, Dave, back the F up. You're not taking my job just yet. Maybe next season, bro. Crystal, the reason why Crystal stepped away, and if that's what you're asking, is Crystal did announce made a statement yesterday.
Oh.
That she's no longer with the team.
Oh, why?
Well, she was no longer on the schedule, and that's the thing. So we have a new game ops manager, and the way the rotation was going is that they would be my co-hosts. Crystal and Yaz would both do my co-host, but for whatever reason they wanted to cut back on that. We have Rowdy as kind of like a co-host now, so they would only need one host. And with that, I mean, obviously I've been there 10 years, so they load me up with games, and then Yaz is on like Lazo night, which is a Spanish team night, which really means nothing, to be honest with you, just different jerseys. But she's on because she's Hispanic of nature. But what my game ops manager didn't know is so is Crystal. So they both could have easily done it. But, they didn't want to put that in the budget, whatever the case may be. So Crystal saw she wasn't on any more games for the rest of the season, and she was kind of like disappointed with some things, so she stepped away. She's in a run. And to be honest with it, right now with Rowdy and everyone else, there's already too many people, so that's.
Will she be back?
I don't believe that she'll be back. She's focusing her attention. I know she'll be back on the show. She'll be back as our friend. She's working with the Tucson Sugar Skulls, her and Yazar, and they're focusing on the upcoming season, which is only a couple weeks away. So her plate is full anyways. And you'll be able to see Crystal everywhere else. I mean, Crystal still hosts the Arizona Bowl. She still hosts U of A women's basketball, and she still hosts for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. So she has her hosting gigs. And then with this, Rowdy's been stepping up and doing game hosting because he's a full-time employee for the Roadrunners. So that makes sense as well. And I encourage all that. But then Dave came in immediately. Was like, I'll take Beef job. I'll do it for free. I'll do sexual favors. I'll make paintings. And I'm like, Dave, I thought I was your boy. Why are you taking my job away from me, man? And I know it's fun. And I make it look easy. I get it. And so when you see me do it, you're like, any idiot can do it if this idiot can do it. But trust me, this idiot, he got some skills. That's the reason why they've had me back for 10 years running now. And then we'll see what happens at the end of the year as we go into the next season. So, okay. Damn, I have a nice little rant going on. And
it's the universe telling you to end rant.
Okay, so you didn't like this rant?
No, it's a good rant. It's fine rant.
Does your butthole pucker a little bit when I start talking about this stuff?
You have just gotten yourself in trouble already, and so when I see you veering into trouble territory, I do.
You get scared.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, have no fear. I mean, I already did my rant earlier today. I didn't even record it on video and stuff.
Smart.
Yeah, I just put it over the radio and to be like, you better been listening live to catch me. See, David said, but you really know how to make the crowd go wild and all that to get us singing. Yes, absolutely. And I did
yeah,
absolutely. And I have a great time with it. And also, I was talking to my girlfriend about this last night because I've been doing this a long time, right? And Rowdy's been stepping up and hosting games, and he's a young man. And arena hosting really it's a young man's game. I've been at doing MC crowd work for nightclubs and events for over 25 years, believe it or not. I started if you go back all the way to junior high, I was getting up during lunch detention. I would get up in front of the whole school and do announcements and crack jokes and announce birthdays and do everything that I'm doing for the Roadrunners. I started at 13. Right. And then, like I said, my entire career, DJing and MCing and doing nightclubs and then that transitioned into obviously radio. But then, for the Tucson Roadrunners, when my boss initially hired me, he said to me, he's like, oh, wow. He's like, I have a feeling you're going to be really good at this. And I looked at him and I'm like, no, I am really good at this. Yeah, I've already put in my time. I am good at this. And I've done it. Right. And the thing is, like I say, it's a young man's game. I've had so much fun over 25 years being a host that, when I see a rowdy Evan, who's 25 years old, I've literally been doing it longer than he's been alive. And I see him wanting to do it and have the fun. I'd be a dick to be like, no, it's my fun.
Yes.
Yeah. It was no, absolutely. Have the fun, have the experiences. I did. It's been a blast. So what will my role be next season for the Roadrunners? Evolved. It will be evolved. Will I continue to be the arena host? By definition, maybe, but I think I'm going to contribute in other ways with the team. So we'll see. But as far as passing the torch, I'm ready. I'm like, who wants it? Rockland 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. There, I'm going to show you a couple videos here, Mari, that are going to blow your mind.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yes. One is the showcase of how every married couple feels. And this is a viral video that's old, that's been around for a minute. And then two is an AI video that's not slop. AI has gotten so good.
Oh, it's so scary.
I know. And of course, we have the Oscars coming up this Sunday. But what if there was a post-humanist, afterlife Oscars award show? And who would all be there? Right? There's a video that shows that captures your imagination. Oh, I know.
No.
Look, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. If you're not going to love it, just at least lie to me and tell me that you love it.
Okay.
But speaking of the Oscars, one of the big things that they do each and every year is they hook up millionaires with tons of goodies for free.
So many goodies.
What's in the Oscar bag? We're going to break that down for you next on Beef Vegan Presents right after new music from Pierce the Veil. Here's So Far, So Fake on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
I'm so glad we're playing that song.
Yeah, it took a while.
It took a while, but that whole album is so solid.
Yes. All right. How many people on the stream are married? Go ahead and put it in the comments there. And then with that, then how many people on the stream relate to this video right here? And tell me if you've seen this before as well. This is an older one, but check this out, Mari. This is what your husband feels like being married to you. No, that orange sucks. Okay. Not the orange juice. No, that sucks. Okay. What about this orange juice? Oh, that sucks. All right. Well, what about this orange you just picked? Or tomato? Nope. Not good enough? All right. This one? Nope, Baldy. You picked it. No good.
That's hilarious.
How many out there married, that feel exactly like that? Dave, I know that your wife is like, your tomatoes are no good. Yes, and congratulations on almost 2 years, Liz. That's a big deal, We just talked to, who's a listener, what was her name? Cisco's his wife. And she's like, I've been married 16 years. We could divorce. I was telling my husband, we should divorce. We've been married 16 years. Let's try the divorce thing. I'm like, oh, jeez. I was like, you can just try the swinging thing, the open marriage thing. Now, you've been married for how long?
We're coming up on 10 years this next Thursday.
Do you think it's possible at 20 years that you would do an open marriage? I mean, we're friends with Weirdo. She's polyamorous.
No.
Okay, well, you're saying no. And,
Hell no.
And Kenzo's watching the stream being like, come on, baby, say
No,
yes.
No, not my jam.
All right, okay, let me show you this. This is the best AI video that you're going to see today, okay? It's the Celestial Awards, right? Like an afterlife award show with the who's who of everybody. Kobe Bryant is presenting an award. This, look how, accurate it looks.
I don't like it.
Okay, just embrace the future. Listen, watch this.
Welcome back to the Legacy Honors. And now, it's time to present our final award of the night.
Bob Marley, Nipsey Hussle.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson won the award. Prince is pissed. Walks off. The Prince. Bob and Nipsey cracking up, loving it. Say hi. There's Whitney and Marilyn. Jay gets the Oscar. What's his speech gonna be like? Oh, there's Amy.
I heard there's royalty in the room tonight.
Leah.
But what's a prince to a king?
Because Prince got pissed off and walked off in the rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince.
Oh, because he's the king?
Yeah, he's the king of pop.
Ah.
Yeah. So isn't that great?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Todd. That's slop.
Yeah, okay. You say it's slop, but no, it's quality slop. Rock 102.1 KFMA. But Todd is our resident hater, so he is gonna hate on all things hateable, right? Now, this video I just showed you, the Celestial Awards, he called slop, and that's okay. But was it slop because it didn't look accurate? I mean, this still of Tupac and Biggie looks like Tupac and Biggie.
No.
What are you talking about? No.
I mean, there's no texture, It's
texture?
just they're a little too glowy,
no,
that's not accurate.
You're getting nitpicky for sure.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no. You know what? You're just all you're doing is placating to Todd, which is fine.
No, I'm kind of an AI hater, and I think that's to my detriment. I think I should get on board with it because it's not going anywhere, but I refuse to use it. I refuse to enjoy the videos.
Yeah, you're gonna be left behind.
I know.
I get it. That's fine. That's all right. I'll bring you along with me. All right, let's talk about what's in that $350,000 Oscar gift bag.
That much?
Yes, dude. Each and every year, the price value goes up as far as the gifts that we give to the rich, and that's the thing. Once you get to a point of fame and money, then it gets even easier for you. You get more fame, you get more free stuff, you get more money. And then when you're a nominee or a presenter at the Oscars, you get a gift bag, which is their way of saying thank you for participating in this award show. And to be honest, it's for ratings and everything else. They deserve this because it's like a paid appearance, but they don't necessarily get paid to be there. So they give them this bag in a way to pay for them. And it's also a great way to understand what trends are happening and what trends are going to be in the future, right? I'll give you examples. Some of the stuff that's A-list to these A-listers. Some of the things that are in the bag: an exclusive Arctic Villa getaway with Northern Lights views.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's Arctic Villa Airbnbs that we don't know about.
I want that.
Of course you do. Well, get rich, get famous. There's also a 10-day restorative reset in Sri Lanka.
Why?
I don't know, but I'm sure it includes enemas. There's also an Art Lipo Elite Body Sculpting Liposuction.
No, thank you.
Not yet. You'll be saying thank you here in about 10 years. Also, facial rejuvenation procedures from Dr. K, whoever that is. Custom prenuptial agreement with celeb divorce attorney James Sexton.
What?
That's funny. That's in the bag. Hey, you want to get married? You feeling in love? You're going to want this prenup. Here you go. I got you.
Wow.
Also, this is cool. This is something that's tech. A gold-plated cold storage cryptocurrency wallet.
I do not want that.
Well, because you're broke, Mari. If you had crypto worth millions of dollars, you would definitely want that.
What does it look like?
Well, first off, it's gold-plated. So imagine gold-plated cryptocurrency.
Like a little box, like a little computer box in your pocket?
I'm pretty sure it looks like like an external hard drive. And with that, it's also cold storage, and it keeps your crypto safe, so that way it's not plugged into the internet. And that's the thing with, crypto. We've documented this before. There's numerous horror stories of people that had crypto and lost it, or lost the flash drive that had the crypto on it and couldn't cash it out, and it's worth millions, So this is where people could store their crypto in a safe place that's not wired into the internet where hackers can come in and steal it from you.
I still don't want it.
Again, you're sounding like a mom from the 50s. Here's something that you may want.
Okay.
High potency cannabis products.
No.
Oh, those bags are gonna be loaded up with weed, baby. Tons of it. So will there be A-list celebrities that are nodding off or hallucinating during the Oscars? Even Money says yes if they get their bags ahead of time. Oh, actually. So the Oscars don't give out these bags anymore. It's an independent thing done by a company called Distinctive Assets. So they say the bags showcase and elevate small business, minority-owned brands, female entrepreneurs, and companies that give back at a time when everyone could use a little more fun. All right, so yeah, that's the bag. That's the bag.
That's a lot of experiences, not a lot of like physical items.
Yeah, but you know what?
Jewels or
what are you going to give somebody that has everything?
Well, so my brother-in-law, he got some sort of bag once for something, I forget, because he's an actor, and it came with all these like physical things, like a really expensive massager, all free.
Well, there's some other gear that I didn't mention in here. So like a kabuki-inspired Japanese luggage set from Asia Luggage.
I want that.
Of course you do, right? Let's see. They have some more like health and wellness stuff.
Like a Fitbit?
No, Fitbit. They got true freeze-dried chocolate fruit. They got that.
Food?
Yes, they got some chocolate chunk cookies. They got some, Vital Proteins, got all that.
Ooh, and then Vital Protein.
Yes, and it continues. I mean, it's $350,000, so obviously they have a bunch. They have a vegan luxury handbag. They have some fragrances thrown in there. They got some fountain pens thrown in there. They have an electric flosser thrown in there. They got and again, lots of weed. So, I mean, you had me at weed. So there you go.
You want one?
I want one. I mean, that's why I go to all the like Tucson Doobie events. You get all the free goodies. It's great. But that's what the rich and famous are going to be scoring this Sunday when they go to the Oscars. All right, we're going to talk more movies and we got some trailers to react to on the podcast broadcast. Be back with film critic Herb Stratford after music from 9 Inch Nails. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I was getting a phone call, but it's probably some kind of random, like asking me a question about tickets type of BS. Sometimes in the podcast, we get some stuff, or it's Dave saying, "Hey, can I have your job?" All right, let's see. I'm not a sucker for AI slop. I just address that.
Clear the record.
Yeah. For the record, it's clear. Vegan leather is worse for the environment than real leather. Oh, nice. See, that's a not so fun fact, but a fact nonetheless. All right, as we reset the table and get ready for film critic Herb Stratford, earlier this morning, we started off our podcast broadcast or recording with another round of Ask a Conspiracist. I have an update on this that I'll share with you right after, but in case you missed it, it went like this. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA, it's Beefy and Presents. There's a lot of serious news breaking throughout the world, and this is our segment where we break down that serious news and then let you know what the official narrative is, and then let you know the real story going on behind that official narrative. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another edition of Ask a Conspiracist. So, Mari, what caught your attention on the news this week?
Okay, this is news to me, which is kind of embarrassing. TSA workers are missing their first full paycheck as the government shutdown continues?
Yeah.
There's still a shutdown?
There's another shutdown. They shut down every, I guess every 2 months now is apparently what happens. And government workers, not all of them, just the ones that hold accountability to others and the important ones have their paychecks frozen. And then once the government goes back into work, then they get a lump sum of all the money that they missed out on the time that they couldn't get paid. The whole thing
wild.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts.
Yeah, and they're still required to show up to work, but hundreds have already quit and sick calls have doubled, which means longer security lines at airports.
Yeah, so AKA it's gonna suck to fly out for spring break here in the next week until until that shutdown happens. But don't worry, this isn't just a shutdown side effect. It's also a behavior experiment. Airports are one of the few places where Americans still line up quietly and do exactly what they're told. Shoes off, laptops out, hold hands up, no questions. Let us scan your junk. Yeah, now remove paychecks from the people enforcing it and see what happens. How long before the system cracks? How long before passengers get angry? How long before someone realizes that the entire aviation security system runs on underpaid patients? See, the thing is, they didn't just shut down the government. They're stress testing the airport. They're stress testing us. It's all part of the greater scheme of things.
For what?
Data and control and all that. They're seeing how much they can get away with until we break. And then they'll know that they can push us a little bit farther next time.
What's the break like, though?
Oh, you don't want to see the break?
I don't want to see the break. No, I don't.
No, exactly. So that's what's going on with the TSA and the airports this weekend. What's something else that caught your attention in the news?
Well, I think this is positive. You can tell me otherwise, but the Senate passed a sweeping bipartisan housing bill aimed at increasing housing supply, so making a bunch of new houses, easing zoning restrictions, and limiting the number of homes large investors can buy, which I like.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Look, the older you get, the quicker you're going to realize that anything that seems positive on the surface is really super negative underneath it. Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, this when Washington suddenly agrees on something, that's when you read the fine print, okay? Housing has been broken for years. We know that, right? Suddenly, both parties say, oh, we've got a solution. That means someone finally figured out how to fix the problem without upsetting the people who profit from it. They're still profiting from it. You know, big business, the big dollars, they're still going to make their big dollars. They're just figuring out a way to appease the minions, the little people, aka us, the poors, and from full-blown rioting. So developers get incentives, cities get flexibility, investors get limits, but only certain ones. So when politicians say affordability, what they really mean is controlled affordability. Yeah, so basically, if housing ever becomes truly affordable, half the economy collapses and the rich don't get as rich. So that's why that's never going to happen.
That's kind of a bummer.
I know.
I want a house.
Yeah, well, sorry, you should have been born 30 years ago. No, I mean, born 60 years ago.
I was like, even longer, huh?
Uh-huh.
Again, in the realm of houses, the average 30-year mortgage rate ticked up to 6.11%. That's a lot. As bond market fears over the Iran war outweighed economic signals that normally push rates lower.
No. Again, you know, this is the news on the surface. You got to learn to read between the lines, Mari. Mortgage rates don't move because of houses. They move because of global nerves. A war thousands of miles away, a bond market reaction, suddenly your monthly payment changes. That's because buying a home isn't just real estate decision anymore. It's tied to the same system that prices oils, currency, and government debt. So your house payment isn't about your neighborhood. It's really about the planet's vibe.
The vibe.
Yeah, and right
now,
now,
all about vibes.
Yeah, and the planet's vibe is not mellow.
Yeah, it's a little off.
Since it's not mellow, interest rates go higher.
Really?
Yeah, so if you thought you were buying a house, you were actually buying into global politics, and you're part of the system. So,
really?
Yes, I know, it's sad, but you know, the news on the surface is sad enough. But if you read between the lines, and you might even realize that you shouldn't be sad, you should be effing furious. So when airports run without paychecks, housing gets bipartisan overnight, and your mortgage depends on a war across the world, maybe the system's a little more connected than they'd like to admit. So just another reminder that don't believe everything you read between the lines. And if you can't do that, ladies and gentlemen, you could always ask a conspiracist. All right, now before Herb Stratford gets in here, which he is popping in right now, I would give you an update on that last conspiracy that I said about the mortgage crisis. No hugging on the stream. Come on, guys. Let's do a show here. All right, so I got this email here. Or this is a DM from Robbie, my conspiracy theorist friend.
Ooh.
And he said the conspiracy is right again. So as far as the no investors are allowed to buy single homes, You're only considered an investor if you own over 350 homes. Corporate entities can simply create a new subsidiary to bypass the $350 home limit. So,
Yikes.
yeah, this law that we just talked about, that they just passed, again, on the surface, you're like, yay, good for the people. Not good for the people, never good for the people. It's just another workaround that they are just reminding you that they run everything. So on that positive note, we'll reset real quick, play this quick segment, and be back with film critic Herb Stratford right after this. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Let's see if I can get this done in a minute. It's time for your Hollywood Minute. Here's Sex and Hollywood. Some headlines that caught my attention here in the past 48 hours. First and foremost, looks like Bunny XO's memoir is being adapted into a film.
Really?
Yeah, Bunny XO, of course, Jelly Roll's wife. Bunny XO famously was a high-priced escort.
Yeah,
for
she's
many
seen
years.
some things.
Absolutely. So the first half of the movie is going to be like a porn, and the second half is going to be like a come to Jesus moment. Yes,
it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes. Oh, it will be if they do it right. And it's released on Skinamax or some kind of streaming service, but you can keep an eye out for that. It looks like Bill Cosby says the sexual assault allegations have destroyed his career. Boo.
Yeah.
Evan who? Yeah, exactly.
Make better choices.
Raping people would do that to your career, right? He said, and I quote, "My net worth has gone down like a submarine with no motor." And I'm like, I'm glad he stopped with the metaphors there, because he's like, my career is deader than a woman I gave too many roofies to.
Oh man,
eat the pudding.
Yeah. No.
And finally, in your Hollywood headlines here, MGK reportedly keeps leaving thirsty comments on Megan Fox's sexy Instagram pics.
But I'm just like, so over it. Like, stop, MGK. Just stop. You don't need, get off the internet. Okay. I was so oversaturated with that relationship.
I wasn't even upset by this because when I read that headline, I was like, weird. Me too. All right, your music news coming up next on B-Figure Presents right after Breaking Ben. Here's Awaken on Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Rock 1 2. All right, sorry. You caught me eating on the stream. I felt quick for Stratford. Well, look, I apologize for eating on a stream, but it's burrito day.
Oh, your favorite
breakfast burrito day. Oh my God, I don't even know where they get it from. But it's a spot. I mean, we all know here in Tucson we're spoiled by awesome burritos. I ate quesadillas yesterday, which is one of my favorite spots in town. I heard Taco Absence is going out of business. That breaks my heart. I feel like the owners are just kind of mismanaged the rent pay. That's what they say. I have to go by there here soon to see if that's a legit or not. I might even do that today and just do tacos all day long. But yeah, I don't know where they get these breakfast burritos from, but it's some of my favorite. And
supermarket.
No, I don't think they get
Prince.
it from. No, I don't even think it's that because whatever.
No, they have a great kitchen.
I understand that, and I eat that at that carniceria all the time. But so I know that it's a different burrito.
It's a different one. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. We got those one time though, and they were so good.
No, I know. I go there all the time. Rock 1 2x1. Who's this?
This is Jimmy.
What up, Jimmy?
I got an FML for you.
All right, what's your FML?
So finally, after 20 years, I pay off my child support. And in fact, I was behind a little bit, so there was a tax intercept in place already when I went to court to settle up. I told the judge this. Judge says, okay, if you get any money, you have to give it back to him. So I'm completely zeroed out. So then 2 months later, the state sends me a letter that says I owe $81,000 in back child support.
What? Yeah.
This is a freaking complete mistake.
Right.
So I have to send them a letter contesting it, saying, hey, here's the court order. Here's the letter you sent me. I contest this. I'm paid off. I need administrative review. So they send me back a letter that says your administrative review has been approved for, and there's check marks, and it's only check marked for the tax intercept that they put in place. Again, not the child support I owe.
Right. Oh God. So yeah, they're still trying to gouge you and everything. And of course, are they threatening jail time over it as well?
No, not that
good.
yet. I'm going to get the court involved, but yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't think I was being a big baby.
No. I mean, that's a F my life just goes through the hassle. You don't have to spend that. You don't have to pay that money, which is going to be good because you're just going to keep fighting and be like, you're not getting it because you're in the wrong. You're wrong.
Zeroed it out.
But yeah, what a headache, dude. So absolutely.
Yeah, now I can't. I was going to get my passport finally because if you have arrears, they put it on hold.
Yeah.
Now my passport's on hold again.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that impacts so much.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You owe money, and they don't mess around in this country because they take their cut. It's definitely an F my life for Jimmy, who had back child support payments, and he got caught up and everything, and then the court hit him with some, basically them being incompetent and coming up with a bunch of fees and fines that rack up to $81,000 on Jimmy, and has to go through a process. Yeah, it's like good luck with that, dude. So how old are your kids now?
What's that?
How old's your kid or kids?
The youngest is 19. And her sister is 23.
Yeah, and that you're just getting caught up on this, and there's like straight up adults starting their life. Brutal. I say F my life. What do you say there, Mari?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Herb.
I agree. Yeah.
All right. Well, you got the consensus there, Jimmy. Why don't you give me an email when you get a chance? Maybe I could hook you up with some tickets to alleviate some of your pain. All right.
That would be great.
Yeah, definitely hit me up, dude. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Yep. All right.
All right, let's get into our movie news. Like I said, we've been getting lots of calls lately. It's been awesome to see that kind of turn the corner, whether it's F My Life's or confessions or just random beefs. People have been hitting up and participating on our shows. So we already have a crew of like 8 people on a show. But if you add everyone that contributes regularly, whether it's the stream or just calling in, then our crew is almost triple digits, and I'm loving that. All right, with that said, we got film critic Herb Stratford in studio. He is the grandfather of Beefing and Presents. And we got another rundown of, movies that we have to look forward to here coming this weekend. He's also the official movie reviewer for Roadhouse Cinemas. Let's get into this first movie. Out of these 3 that are dropping to theaters, which one are you most excited about? Slanted, Undertone, or The Optimist?
Even though it's sort of depressing, I got to tell you The Optimist because it's a Holocaust story. I got to say that one is probably really just the most powerful piece we've got this week.
The Optimist is a Holocaust story? How can you be optimistic during the Holocaust?
Well, that's why he survived, because he's optimistic. So that's the whole thing. So yeah. So true story about a guy named Herbert Heller, and I don't just like it because his name is Herbert.
Yes, there it is. Buried the lead, dude.
And he basically owns a toy store, and seems like he's a nice older guy, right? Well, he's got this secret that he lived through the Holocaust as a young Jewish boy. He was taken to a concentration camp. He managed to escape and he survived, but he's never told anybody his story. Okay. And the story of the movie is that he ends up sort of meeting this young girl played by Elise Fisher, who was so great in 8th grade a number of years ago. He meets this young girl and she's really struggling with some stuff. And so his story just comes out. And so it's telling, sort of the story of him befriending her and helping her through her trouble. But then the parallel story of showing you what he went through being, deported to a concentration camp. And it's a really amazing story. And what's great about it, too, is Stephen Lang, who plays Herbert Heller, he is the bad guy from Avatar.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I recognize him.
So I interviewed Stephen Lang. He's on my YouTube channel. And, I was like, look, this is so great. You get to be the good guy. And he's like, yes, I'm so honored that I get to play, a role like this. That's a true story and just a really, really powerful story. The other 2 films this week in theaters are sort of body horror movies or horror movies. So that's why this one stands out, because it's just a true story, and it's
Again, we're getting horror movies year round now.
Yes.
Hollywood stopped releasing them in the fall and said, you know what, that's the only thing that chicks are willing to go out on a date and see. Let's help all our bros out there going on first or second dates. Be like, want to go see a movie? What do you want to see? All right, who gets murdered the most? We'll go see that. So Undertone is an A24 movie, though.
It is. And of course, A24 is one of the gold standards for movies, and especially horror movies. And so this Undertone tells the story of a woman who has a paranormal podcast. She's sort of stuck in her mom's house. Her mom is in the final days of passing. And so everything's spooky anyway, because she's in her mom's house and there's crosses and pictures of Jesus everywhere. And so her and her producer get these 10 mysterious audio clips, and they decide, poor choice, let's open these on air. Right?
What? That's not a good idea? That's exactly what I would do. I mean, Todd would yell at me for it, but, you know.
It's just, So anyway, so there's these 10 clips, and they continue to escalate to get weirder and freakier. And you know, you start to hear voices overlapped, and there's backward masking of children's nursery rhymes, which if you do the research, the nursery rhymes are really creepy.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like London Bridge is falling down is really actually a very creepy story.
What's the story about?
Bring around Rosie's.
Well, one nursery rhyme at a time. What's the story about?
It's something to do with children being buried in the walls of the London Bridge or the foundation or something.
We have that in Arizona now, dude. That's in Havasu.
I know.
We have the bones of dead children in the bridge in Lake Havasu.
Maybe. So it's just it's I will say this, it's a slow burn.
Okay.
I saw it yesterday. It's very, it's very audio focused, so you really have to pay attention. I felt like I would have liked to have had subtitles, because then I could have heard some of the voices a little bit better, because they're sort of overlapped and stuff.
Yeah.
But the last 10 to 15 minutes are so bonkers, it's worth the payoff. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the A24 film, and the name of that one again was
Undertone.
Undertone.
Yes.
Definitely something that you probably want to take your girlfriend to,
for sure.
To check out, and especially if you're a fan of podcasts, and if you're watching this or listening, you are. So that's good. I always thought about getting into a paranormal podcast. I've had some ghost experiences. But okay, fine, I won't, Maury.
I don't know.
I guess I'll stick to wrestling. And
wrestling is your
challenge. And the
Good.
challenge.
Yep, you got the challenge down. Other avenues.
Oh, I know. And I got some tea for her, but I won't spill it for you right now. Okay, what's the deal with Slanted? That is an interesting opening for a trailer.
So Slanted tells the story of an Asian American high school girl, and she's sort of sick of not being the cool girl, right? Not being the the girl that get asked on dates and sits at the cool kids' lunch table.
Yep.
So she undergoes sort of a radical procedure to change her race, and she becomes McKenna Grace, who, of course, we know beautiful McKenna Grace from all kinds of things.
Oh.
And so basically she thinks that all of her problems are going to disappear once she becomes the hot blonde girl. Well, you can imagine that's not necessarily the case, because something always goes wrong with things like this. So yeah, things are okay to start, but then they go off the rail. And so then she's got to try and navigate these newfound problems of being a hot girl. So it's actually 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's pretty fun, I'll be honest with you. Is
it supposed to be a comedy? Is it supposed to be fun?
It's a body horror movie. I mean, once things start to go south on her new body, it's not pretty.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's more of a horror movie than a comedy, but there are a few moments where it's sort of funny just because kids.
That's the thing about hot blonde girls, is they fall apart quickly. You know what I mean? They don't age well. They're like the opposite of wine.
Yeah, and Patrick on the stream is
not
saying,
all of them.
Patrick on the stream saying Ghostbusters Afterlife, Scream 7. That's where you may have seen McKenna Grace recently.
Okay.
She is a part of this new class of sort of young hot blonde girls that are in all the movies. So
okay.
Yeah. So if you like McKenna Grace, it's a lot of McKenna Grace.
I do like the argument that it's, not everything's like all just roses and champagne when you're a hot blonde girl.
Yeah.
In fact, actually on the podcast broadcast stream, I'll show you a story of a hot blonde girl gone wrong. Is in the news for all the worst reasons. But coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents, we're going to talk about what's happening on our streaming services, what's being released, what we should check out. Also, I have the new Malcolm in the Middle trailer that looks hilarious that we're going to watch and react to. And I want to play a game with Herb concerning the Oscars. Sorry.
Okay.
I would have spit that out quicker if I didn't eat half of that breakfast burrito.
I know.
Slowing me down a little bit.
Coming up.
You inhaled it.
Yeah, all that more coming up. So keep it right here. Rock 102.1 or join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. And I did inhale it.
You did.
And I don't regret that.
No.
God damn, it was good. Yeah. I wanted to show the story this week that was kind of floating through the news cycle was the hot blonde cheerleader from Kentucky who got pregnant. And then
Stuffed her baby away.
Yeah, stuffed her baby away. And so that's not all, like I said, it's not all good news to be a hot blonde. And then they showed a picture of her parents, which was so funny. Daily Mail did, and they were like, big, like, kind of fat, like trailer things. I'm like, you guys are just roasting this family now. That's rough. But yeah, all right. Maybe that's not the feel good story I was going for. So we'll switch gears. My bad. Let's go immediately into the Malcolm in the Middle trailer. Okay. So that's fun.
A little palate cleanse.
Yes, please. Yes. All right.
Thank you.
I forgot, what our theme is today. So in case you haven't seen this yet, Malcolm in the Middle is going to be back on Hulu on April 10th with most of the original cast.
Wow.
And of course, Bryan Cranston is going to lead the charge here. So check this out.
I can call back later.
Come on, Dewey. You've seen this like 1,000 times. Undergrowth.
Now, this is not the actual Dewey. The kid who played Dewey wouldn't come back, and so they got they got a Dewey lookalike.
I was gonna say he fits.
No, I know, but they probably gave him prosthetic ears and stuff, and they had to find somebody in Hollywood that looks like Dewey. I bet you the real Dewey probably looks better than he did growing up. He was a goofy kid, but probably is a little more suave. And I don't understand or know the backstory as to why he wouldn't come back for the payday, which is unfortunate because obviously Dewey was amazing on the show and a breakout character. But that I have a feeling that this is the context of any appearances that we may get from Dewey here in the future. And Dewey also looks like 40, dude. So he looks older than his brothers. But we'll watch the rest of this. Life's Still Unfair is the name of the Malcolm in the Middle reboot. Nice.
Yeah, I look different. But hey, everything about me is different. I have a girlfriend. And the best thing in the whole world, my daughter Leah.
Dad, quit it.
My life is fantastic now. All I have to do is stay completely away from my family.
We just found out that Malcolm has been intentionally hiding himself from this family for years.
I think we all knew Malcolm would eventually betray us. By comparison, Reese looks pretty good.
This family's non-stop antisocial behavior and mindless, myopic priorities are toxic to me. Can I at least give you a hug? Not physically.
You have to make peace with your family.
It's not just mom and dad. It's so much worse with my brothers.
You have brothers. You can't spend the rest of your life denying your family even exists.
It worked perfectly till they showed up.
Welcome to the family, Leah.
We have 1,000 questions.
What do you want to do when you grow up? Crush your father's soul and make him question his own identity?
Excuse us a minute.
Life is unfair. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I know. Are you excited about the reboot of Malcolm in the Middle? Let me know in the comments. And did you watch it as a, growing up as a fan? Were you a fan of the show?
I was. And, and I just love to see Cranston getting back to what people love him doing. Not that they don't love him as Walter White, but you know what I mean?
It's nice I mean, that was the thing. That was such an obstacle for Breaking Bad at first is because he was so beloved as the goofy, quirky character. They played him Malcolm in the Middle. They're like, how can he play a serious role? But then, of course, he redefined what we think of him. Yeah. Rock 1, 2.1, who's this? Hello?
Oh.
That's cool. Yeah. You're on live with us. You give us a call.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello. Did I win?
No, I didn't. I'm not giving anything away right now, but try again next time, okay?
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. I don't fucking know. I mean, honestly, as much as I'm like, hey, it's been great. We've been having some great calls. We've also had some weird ones. I'll give you an example of that. Jesse called in with these affirmations this morning, and Jesse's always on one. Rock 1, 2.1. Who's this?
This is Jeffrey.
What's up, Jeffrey?
Sir, I totally believe that the world is in a very strange place right now, but it is the heart, the mind, and the soul of the individual that has to reach out and make the change for themselves, for others, and, for everything.
Oh, preach.
Quit being selfish, people. Quit being selfish. And quit being greedy. Quit being greedy. Quit it for me!
That was it. Yeah, I know. And that was out of, I don't know, like headlines where I said I post thirst comments on
Oh, I had nothing to do with what you're even talking about.
yeah, of course not. Of course not. So, yeah, I mean, that's just the chaos that we created and encourage around here. So, it's, I don't know. All right. Let's see. Let's do our least favorite that is coming to your streaming network here. Out of Rooster, Age of Attraction, Netflix. We got about a minute 40 before we're back on the air.
So
or the Madison.
Yeah, well, no, I mean,
they're all three good, huh?
They're all good. Yeah, I mean, Rooster is the Steve Carell show, and I think he's really found a niche here. This show is like he's perfect for it. He plays an author, sort of a popular author, like beach books, beach reads.
Yeah, let's talk about this because I feel like we did talk about this before, but yeah, let's circle back and we'll talk more about this. So you saw more episodes of Rooster?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. I think I've seen 4. It's really he goes to this college to speak about his book, and it's a small college, so all the students there, they bro out with him because they think he's cool.
Yeah,
and his grown daughter lives and works at this college. And she ends up splitting up from her husband, so he's sort of doing support for his daughter, and then he gets hired to teach there, and there's all these wacky characters that are teaching there. And it's sort of a fun ensemble comedy. And I think Steve has written very well. And, sometimes you get roles and they're trying to squeeze somebody in, but no, this feels organic. This feels good. It's at like 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. So it's definitely, there's going to be 10 episodes on HBO Max.
Look, I just love HBO shows in general. And I'm so concerned about the future of HBO as an entity now that Skydance has gotten its hooks into it. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I fear for John Oliver's last week tonight. I think that's going to be the first one cut.
I agree.
But I don't fear for the future of John Oliver. I think he would immediately pivot to something else because his product's too good. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beefing Presents. We're back here with film critic Herb Stratford. Now, before we get into the 2 streaming shows that are dropping, we just talked about HBO Max's Rooster with Steve Carell, which is a fantastic comedy that you want to check out. And we'll talk about the Age of Attraction on Netflix and the Madison on Paramount Plus. But the Oscars, of course, are this Sunday. Did you know that, Herb Stratford?
I did know that.
You better know that. Well, let's see what else you do know, Herb Stratford, because I want to play a game. All right. Now, with the Oscars, of course, happening this Sunday, I have interesting facts about the Oscars, and I need to see if you know about these because you are a cinephile, right? You're a cinephile.
Yeah, but if you're going to ask me like who won Best Picture in '76 or something,
don't start making caveats now, Mr. Herb Stratford.
I'm just saying, I'm not an encyclopedia, but yes, I'm an Oscar fan.
All right, we're all going to learn today. Okay, we're going to learn interesting facts about the Oscars and learn that Herb Stratford may be living a lie. So let's see. Here's our first question, Herb Stratford. The Academy Award actually isn't named Oscar. Okay, I don't know if you know that. It's not its official name. So why is the Oscar called an Oscar?
I believe it's because Betty Davis's Uncle Oscar, and she said it looks like my Uncle Oscar. I believe that's where it came from.
There are a few different origin stories, but the most accepted one is that the Academy librarian once said that the statue looked like her Uncle Oscar. Close enough. I'll give you the point.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Uncle Oscar.
That's generous.
As long as you said Uncle Oscar.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay. Now we know that John Williams is the GOAT when it comes to composer scores, right? He's the only person nominated in 7 consecutive decades, right?
Mm-hmm.
He also holds record for most Oscar nominations for a living person. Within 3, how many Oscar nominations has John Williams had?
I think I'm wrong, but I'm going to say 20.
Way wrong.
Wait,
Hit the buzzer on that, dude.
60?
That was a hard question. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's an old guy. He's smart. You know?
No, that wasn't even like movies. That was like music.
He's been studying film since Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, not the
What's
actors.
the answer? What's the answer?
54.
60,
54.
54.
I know.
See, I should have gone with my 60.
Yeah, dude, you were so close, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. So winners can't sell their Oscars. They have to sell an agreement saying that they can only sell it back to the Academy for how much?
Oh, I feel like it's super cheap, and I don't think it's $1, but I think it's like less than $100.
You should have went with your first instinct,
$1?
bud. $1.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So if they want to sell the Oscar back, they have to sell it back to the Academy only, and the Academy will pay them $1, no more, no less.
Why would they do that?
And the thing is, here's what's funny about that. These other Oscars do pop up from time to time.
Right.
Like the Marlon Brando one that he got that he refused. That one's been floating around for years. And then the Academy goes after these folks. Like,
yeah.
Really?
Hardcore. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that stipulation goes for their heirs, too. So if they say somebody passed away, gives it to their son, right? Their son cannot sell the Oscar, can't eBay it, can't do any of that. They must, if they want to get rid of it, they must sell it back to the Academy only for $1.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the way that they sign it. That's how much they covet these awards, which actually makes me value those awards even more, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, so there used to only be 12 Oscar categories, all right? How many Oscar categories are there this year?
40.
No. As of this year, there are 24, thanks to the new Academy Award for casting.
Ah,
yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Statues are surprisingly heavy. All right. All right. So they are 8.5 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. But how tall are they?
I've actually held one. I want to say 14 inches.
He's close. This guy knows what 14 inches looks like, too, because he's 6'5". Yeah. It's 13.5 inches tall. Hey,
Wow.
1.5 inch. Come on, man.
You got
man.
that.
Hey,
Nailed
you know
it.
what? Half inches count when you're looking at phallic statues, right?
And I'll tell you the story, though. So the U of A has the archive of Nelson Riddle, who was a famous composer, and he, of course, did things with Linda Ronstadt and other people. They have his archive. So at the U of A, they have Nelson Riddle's Grammys, which are surprisingly small, and they have his Oscars. So I actually was at a meeting once, and I got a death grip on the Oscar. And I was hanging on it. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Wild.
Well, right now, you showing that you know your thing.
He does.
You know your stuff.
All right.
Like you're a film critic. Let's see if you can get this last one, okay?
All right.
Now, over the years, the Academy Awards have had several black hosts. There are several who will never host again, like Chris Rock. He says that for you guys, right? But who was the first black host of the Oscars?
I do not.
If you don't know this answer, you're technically racist.
No.
I mean, I would say Sidney Poitier would be the person that might be an option.
See how he said that?
But no, that's not it. I know.
Yeah, it's too elitist.
I honestly, Richard Pryor.
No. So it's all right. You're not technically racist. And this is somewhat of a stipulation, okay? Well, Sammy Davis Jr. was the first black host in 1972, but he did co-host with Helen Hayes, Alan King, and Jack Lemmon. So it was like a Rat Pack of
So
sorts.
that makes more sense to me because I don't remember a standalone. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So Whitney Houston was the first black woman to host the Oscars. Whitney Houston, Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh.
I don't know why I cross-associated. Oh, there you go. So, well done. I think you got 3 out of 5.
I did all right.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely. So I'll even hit the air horn for you. That's right. All right, we're going to be talking about what's being dropped to streaming services here on the podcast broadcast. Wrap things up after these words. Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, let's get into.
Wait, what movie's going to win the Oscars?
So
best movie.
I think Sinners is going to sweep a lot of things. I think that Michael B. Jordan's going to win actor. I think Ryan Coogler is going to win director. And I think, honestly, Sinners is going to win best picture. Now, having said that, my favorite film is Train Dreams. I also loved One Battle After Another. I think Train Dreams is going to get shut out. I think Frankenstein's going to win a bunch of the craft categories, hair, makeup, all that stuff. Yeah. But it's going to be a Sinners night. It's going to be a big sweep.
So why all of a sudden Chalamet came out as the early favorite, winning all the awards, then it kind of turned, and now the attention's back on Michael B. Jordan. What did that?
I don't know. I think it's just it's this perfect storm of Michael B. Jordan playing two roles. Them taking technically a genre film, a vampire film, but making it so much more than
they
that.
did make it a great film, wildly entertaining, and it is way more than a vampire film for sure. So I enjoyed Sinners a lot. I did enjoy Marty Supreme as well. I didn't think it wasn't like a takeaway like Marty Supreme and Chalamet was a character that I had suspended disbelief, you know?
Yeah.
But neither was Michael B. Jordan. I mean, even both his characters were kind of like the same character, right? They're just in different clothes.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, no, I think Chalamet, I think that, I there's parts of Marty Supreme I really liked. I like the production design. I like seeing New York in the 50s. I thought it was an interesting thing. But Best Picture, no.
Okay, fair. I don't know why people keep calling, but we'll find out. Rock 1, 2 by 1, who's this?
Hey, Beef, it's Charlie. I've got an idea for you.
All right, you gotta be quick, guys. I gotta get back on. What's your idea there, Charlie?
It's going to be real quick. It's called Smash or Trash.
Smash or Trash, yep.
Beef Vegan presents Smash or Trash, where you take a new song that's being released, play it, and have people call in and say if it's smash or trash.
I've actually done this before, Charlie. It might be a little subconscious remembering there. And then maybe I'll continue to pitch that to my bosses. They don't necessarily like when I play brand new music, but maybe in the 9 o'clock hour we could throw that out on Mondays or something. You know what I mean?
I love it. Smash or trash.
I love the idea. Yeah. I gotta get.
If you want me to come in and talk to your boss, I'll do that.
I will. I'll send him
Thanks,
after
Charlie.
you. Yes, I'll send him after you. Good talking with you, Charlie. We'll talk to you here soon. All right.
All right.
Appreciate you. All right. Let's get back into the two things that we're going to talk about on the stream or that are streaming right now. We have, let's see. Let's start the Age of Attraction. That's Netflix. Netflix is taking over.
So, you guys know, anybody that's listened to me before knows that I don't like the straight up dating shows. That's boring to me. There has to be some sort of a weird twist.
Yes.
Yeah, they got to fight to the death.
Like Love is Blind, where they don't see each other or whatever. Actually, the 10th anniversary reunion was last night for Love is Blind.
I did see that trending.
It was the best reunion show I've ever seen.
What made it the best? What made it the best?
Just like they called, there's a couple guys on this season who were just complete D-bags, and Nick Lachey called him out and just was like, "You are horrible. You need to apologize." I mean, it was just like, wow. So, yeah, very interesting. So anyway, this show, Age of Attraction, is a show where they take all these sort of sexy singles, as usual. They put them in this retreat up in the Northwest, and the one question they're not allowed to ask each other is, "How old are you?" So folks couple up. They go into like a commitment room and they say, "I want to continue to sort of date you." And then you have to reveal your age. And that's when all the color drains out of one person's face. When they find out that, some of these folks, there's like a 30-year age gap.
Wow.
Okay. Now, granted, these folks don't look that, you know what I mean? They look really good for their age.
Yes and no.
But no, I mean, really, when you watch it. But the thing is, when you talk to younger people or older people, just their frame of reference. And, there's just, you can tell, right?
Right.
But nobody had any idea how old or how young these folks were. And so then they go back into the real world and all of a sudden everything goes to hell. You know what I mean?
Really?
Because friends and family and coworkers are like, "What is wrong with you?" You know what I mean? Especially when you're like an older guy and you're dating a girl in her 20s. They're like, "Okay, you have kids that are older than this. This is weird." You know what I mean?
Weird, but it's like she's attracted to me and vice versa, right? So we're talking about Age of Attraction on Netflix with film critic Herb Stratford. It's a premise where a dating show where the one question you can't ask is the other person is how old they are. And then you do the reveal after they kind of link up.
Yeah. And so it's very interesting to see, like, will they survive all the pressure? Because there's societal pressure, there's family pressure, there's all that stuff. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing.
Can I ask you this? Who is don't point out the person, but what is the oldest person on this show? What's the age?
It was 60, I think.
Okay, so 60? Yeah, it was the blonde woman who's 60, but
she wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't her.
Okay, 60. Was it the guy? Was it the guy who was 60?
There was a guy who was
wow, and looked young enough to get with like a 20-year-old? Good for see.
Oh, your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyways, it's an entertain. I don't know if there's a lot of gas in this tank. Let's be honest. I don't think there's 10 seasons like Love is Blind.
Right.
But it's an interesting premise and it's sort of fun to watch.
Okay, nice. And then the final thing that we're dropping on streaming services is the Madison, and we only got about a minute left.
Yeah. So real quick, it's a Tyler Sheridan series. It's set in the Madison River Valley of Montana. It stars Kurt Russell and Michelle Pfeiffer. There's a sort of a big tragedy. They're a New York family, but Kurt spends a lot of time with his brother, played by Matthew Fox from Lost, in Montana. And so it's sort of the fish out of water thing where there's a tragedy. They've got to deal with it. This is only 6 episodes. The second season has already been filmed and is in the can, so there's more coming. I interviewed most of the cast, not Michelle and Kurt, and that's on the YouTube channel, but it's a pretty good show.
I love that. Arts and Culture Guy on YouTube is where you can see all of those fantastic interviews. But what you won't see on that channel is shorts. So eventually shorts will be coming as well as we continue to help blow up our good friend, film critic Herb Stratford. Always a pleasure joining us. But the good news for everyone out there is that you have lots of options to go out and entertain yourself. Emil gave you the rundown of all the fun things happening this weekend. Of course, your Tucson Roadrunners playing back-to-back games Saturday and Sunday. And of course, great movies coming to the theaters and at home on your streaming services. So go and entertain yourself. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back Monday with a brand new show. So until then, drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef,
can you tell us burrito brain?
Will come and end to all your grief.
I'll do round 2 of burritos.
If you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.